you should see the pile of boxes back in the warehouse. Welcome to SkyWatch TV for Thursday, November 12, 2015. I'm Derek Gilbert in studio as we prepare for the release of the documentary film Inhuman. The final phase of man is here. Tom Horn and my best friend, Sharon K. Gilbert.
Hi, sweetie.
Well, Tom, November 17th, just coming up Tuesday, the release of the first documentary film from Defender Films and SkyWatch TV, a 5-year process.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't be happier about it. Of course, you know, how long it took us to build Defender Publishing and now how many employees we have tells me that if we really go down this road of documentary filmmaking, we're looking at a lot of staff and personnel, but we're committed to it, excited about it. And I will say I'm very happy, and I know you are too, with the way this documentary film turned out.
It's extraordinary, and kudos to Gon Shimura because he stepped in about 6 months, a year ago, and just took the reins, and he's done a wonderful job.
He absolutely did, and thank you, by the way, for recommending Gon's to me, because I'd never seen any of his work, film editing, and had a lot of questions about it, a lot of fears, because this is my baby. We've worked so long and so hard, but that was one of the smartest things we did. He did a fabulous job. I might say that of what I've seen, this is probably Gon's best work, too. He had a whole team of people working with him. And what people are going to find with this documentary is, does this sound braggy? It's way better. The production quality is way better than things like the History Channel and things like that. I mean, this is a full-on, could have played in theater documentary, 3-hour film. With global experts and all the rest of it. So yeah, really, really happy. And it is just a few days away. This program's going to play Thursday or Friday. And Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, is the day when we'll start shipping that documentary with our crazy massive giveaway.
And like I said, the ladies back in the warehouse have done a great job of preparing for it by getting lots of boxes built up for shipping. But leading up to this process, as I said, 5 years in the making, what was it that prompted you 5 years ago to say, you know, I want to make a movie?
Yeah, well, and the opening scene to the documentary kind of spells that out. I'm the least qualified guy on the planet, right? First of all, I'm not a filmmaker. I don't write scripts. I'm not a biologist like Sharon Gilbert. What in the world would ever qualify me, right, to be the guy that would spearhead the production of what really is a one-of-its-kind film? There have been a few documentaries made which kind of broach the subject of transhumanism, but there's never been anything made where you take the transhumanist global experts, and then on this side you take members of the U.S. President's Council on Bioethics and conservative bioethicists like Wesley Smith, Professor Holbert, and then right in the middle of it you put Bible experts. And we tried to fairly represent everybody's point of view. This is not a gotcha film, right?
No.
We let everybody speak for themselves, but I think the message for the Christian community comes out very strong because, of course, we're the ones that were steering the overall message. And the timeliness of this film. I mean, CRISPR technology. I saw a journal article today, a peer-reviewed journal article. I haven't had a chance yet to read it. But it was talking about how this guy has a fear of how the normals may react to genetically modified humans of the future, and it might create this new kind of, you know, social divide. So the timing of the film is perfect. But to answer your question, how in the world did I ever get started on this? Why would I have done it? It's an innocent enough story. Years ago, I'm writing an article for one of the large newspapers out of Oklahoma on the subject of Halloween, of all things. And one of the news stories I was searching on the internet, this was young in the age of the internet too, and I saw the word transgenics. And I had never seen this term before, didn't know what it meant, but I kind of put it together in my head. Trans, genes, you know, somehow here we're talking about combining the genetic makeup of whatever, right? And I got curious about it. I started studying transgenics, some of the early experiments that were done, started writing about it, sharing some of my concerns, and out of the blue, a guy by the name of James Hughes. You know, he was one of the guys that actually helped found the modern transhumanist movement. And he took issue with some of what I was saying, some of my concerns. And so he challenged me to come on his radio show, Change Surfer Radio, to debate him on the subject matter. And so I did the program with him. And anyway, that kind of set in motion. Somehow I got drawn in to some of the transhumanists on their side are very concerned about what this guy Tom Horn might be saying out there, whether this could lead to issues for them or criticism. Eventually, some of the writers for one of the granted National Institute of Health, the government provided a grant to create some of the guideline policy ideas around what future humans would be like as they're altered. They took issue with me, compared me to the Unabomber, said it was guys like me, that are going to cause transhumanists to get killed because I'm out there talking about some of these issues. And anyway, one thing led to the other. As you know, Carl Teichrob,
yes,
who you've interviewed several times, he attended the Mormon Transhumanist Conference in
Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City, Utah, some years ago. And I wasn't even aware that at that conference I was kind of fodder. So between Max Moore, right,
Yes.
one of the founders
Natasha
of the
Vita Moore's
transhumanism,
husband.
him and James Hughes, they were using the Q&A to talk about how they're going to deal with guys like Tom Horn and what a nut job I was. So anyway, I mean, how did I get in it? I don't really know, except now looking backward, it was just a God thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes God's strength is made perfect in weakness.
Yes.
If you use people that are not qualified, then sometimes you rely more on Him and less on yourself, and maybe that's why.
And that's been historically true through the Bible.
Yeah.
And it's interesting the impact that you may be having without even realizing it. Earlier this week, I found an article from about a month ago. James Hughes, who's the executive director of the Institute for Ethics and Emerging Technologies, spoke at a conference on cosmism in New York City. And his topic was the need for a dialogue between the transhumanist movement and people of religious faith, and that we, Christians in particular, might be able to have some positive impact on the development of the transhumanist movement, because he recognizes in that movement a darker tendency, a tendency to engage in or to develop things like, what did he call, hedonistic changes, hedonistic enhancements, such as wireheading, which basically is, in fact, a science fiction author named Larry Niven wrote about this in the 60s, plugging electrodes into the brain, into the pleasure centers of the brain. It's been experimented on in rats, and they find that when they do this with laboratory rats, they basically keep hitting that little lever to jolt the pleasure centers until they die of malnutrition. And so he's thinking that perhaps, now, we as Christians, we're looking also at the spiritual aspect, which I think is a blind spot for Dr. Hughes, but it may be that your interactions with him over the course of the development of this film may have influenced his thinking a little bit to say, you know what, maybe we shouldn't just try to marginalize or eliminate those of religious faith, because they are actually promoting some concepts that might be beneficial as we try to become gods ourselves.
Well, and as people will learn in the film, James also agreed to be part of this documentary film. So it started way back here with this little skirmish, right? And then before it went too far, we said, maybe we should, he's never going to change my worldview. I doubt that I'll ever change his worldview, but he was willing to sit down in this film and share. And he's very straightforward.
Yes.
In his presentation, there are times in there where he's laughing at Christians, and I mean, he let both barrels go. But he took part in the film. Natasha Vita Moore took part in the film. Hugo de Garis. Now, I think maybe we've made a little headway with Hugo. I've always said that Hugo is, in my opinion, a prophet who's running from his calling. Because if you read his book, The Artilect War, it's just a very high-tech way of describing Armageddon, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. He gets it. And Derek's gotten to talk to him a number of times on his podcast. We would love to get him in a future documentary or bring him onto the set.
Well, he's willing. I've already talked to him. He lives in China, so it's a matter of getting him here. But he is willing to be part, and the documentary following this one that is right now top secret, but his whole ideas about cosmism very much fit in with some of those theories. But I said we brought him along because when he started out, he was an avowed atheist. Then a little bit later, he became an agnostic. I'm not going to deny it, but I doubt that it's true. Now he claims to be a deist. And it's interesting why he does. He does because he says that you cannot deny order in the cosmos,
Yeah.
that there was a designer.
Yeah.
And you cannot deny it. He said you can't even be a good scientist and deny that this was put together by a creator. Now, he's not ready to come to the creator of the Bible, but almost thou persuadest me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and look at the position where he's sitting. I mean, he's working with the Chinese government.
Right.
It would be very difficult for him to go public if he were to become a Christian. So
That's very true.
he's someone we need to pray for and pray for
Right.
lots of people within the movement, because you know what? Jesus died for them.
Right.
Yeah. It's a fascinating subject, but it's one that has some very important changes that are coming for the human race. What it means to be human, in fact, and again, for as we've said before, for our young children, our children, our grandchildren, who see the miracle of modern technology in their hands every day, smartphones, iPods, laptops, tablets. Those are real. Those are right in front of their faces. And sadly, for most of them, the words of Jesus are between the covers of a book that their parents and grandparents have probably never read, never shared with them. We need to understand why the transhumanist movement is collecting followers throughout academia and why it is becoming mainstream through the assistance of some of the most powerful technology companies on planet Earth. If you didn't see the interview, the program, SkyWatch TV, earlier this week on the Christian Television Network, you'll find it now at the SkyWatch TV channels on YouTube and Roku. You'll also see some clips from the film. It's coming out Tuesday. Inhuman, the final phase of man is here. For Tom Horn and Sharon Gilbert, I'm Derek Gilbert. Thanks for watching. This is SkyWatch TV.
Coming exclusively from SkyWatch TV for a very limited time starting November 17th, 2015. When you purchase the new documentary film Inhuman and the companion book Dead Pets Don't Lie from SkyWatch TV, you'll receive the largest giveaway in SkyWatch TV history. An unprecedented $300 in free books, audio sets, and DVDs to add to your library or to give away as gifts during this holiday season. Included in this limited time giveaway are never before offered free audio sets. Over 30 hours of the most sought after interviews in history with global experts combined on a special 2-disc volume set discussing the unfolding genetic Armageddon now underway and what you need to know to survive the future. Featuring Something Transhumanism This Way Comes, The Coming Replacement Humans, The Days of Noah, The Coming Zombie Apocalypse, Conspiracy Theory, Psychotronic Warfare. Also, for a very limited time, in addition to the never-before offered free best-selling audio sets, if you order before this special offer expires, you'll also receive the multi-part SkyWatch TV special investigative report on Inhuman the documentary and Dead Pets Don't Lie, the award-winning book Forbidden Gates, Pandemonium's Engine, the best-selling DVD by dog behavior expert Joe Artis, The Natural Dog Training Method. The breakthrough book for pet enthusiasts everywhere, Do Our Pets Go to Heaven? 2 additional mystery books with a $40 value. And if you're one of the first 3,000 customers to place your order during this limited time offer, you will also receive, absolutely free, the groundbreaking WorldNet daily film, The Last Pope, featuring Tom Horn. Place your order beginning November 17th, 2015. Altogether, the never-before offered free 6 full audio series on a 2-disc volume set plus the 5 free books and 2 additional DVDs total an astounding $300 giveaway to add to your library or to give away as gifts during this holiday season. So it's urgent that beginning November 17th, 2015, you order the new documentary film Inhuman and the companion book Dead Pets Don't Lie for only $39.95 to also receive the largest giveaway in SkyWatch TV history. But please understand this offer will end without notification and is on a first-come, first-served basis starting November 17th. So be sure to visit SkyWatchTV.com to follow the countdown to the greatest giveaway in SkyWatch TV history. Order the new documentary film Inhuman and the companion book Dead Pets Don't Lie for only $39.95 to also receive the largest giveaway in SkyWatch TV history.